don't know if this is going to work. Got my brass punch, and I've got my hammer here. I don't have one of those fancy blocks that you can buy. I probably should, as much tinkering as I do. That knocked that right out. Honestly, about a year ago I started this. Couldn't get them out, so I shot them with a little oil. This is the one I really need out, and it's coming. There, I got it. I'll clean them up with a file, and I'll probably go track the wool for Dixie or something, get some new ones for it. See? I'm going to do a little slight bit measuring here. It's kind of guesstimations. If I can get this piece together. Just trying to piece this. There's a brass piece that will go here, and it has 2 screws that will be bored and tapped into the bottom of the barrel. It will help hold the piece on. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut. Even if it's a little long, I can come back later and I can take it off a little bit. What I'm going to do now is take my square and kind of follow that around and give me some guideline here. Roll this out of my way. Alright, I just marked me a little line in there on the tape. I'm going to put a little more tape on it to help protect it. I may have to clamp it down a little bit so I can sawzall it. As you can see here, this is the piece of stock I cut off. One of the holes is still there. The other one would have been right here. And the screws in the brass cap would have kept the end on tow. This part of the barrel here I'm not going to be saving, but just in case I get a little carried away with the saw, I can maybe keep from scarring it. Here again you can see where the pre-drilled tapped holes were in the old end, right above or below the sight, front sight. I've got a complete rifle like this in the house. It's a 45 caliber. CVA sold these as kits back in the late 70s for like $100 if you were trying to get into muzzle loading hunting, which extended your hunting season, as most of you know. They were a cheap alternative to buying a pre-made gun if you were a little handsy. I'm not the greatest in the world, but I enjoy playing and tinkering. I gotta step out of the frame here and grab my saw. Just gonna use my Sawzall. I've got a brand new blade. I'm not going to mess around with a used blade. It's a fairly new saw too. Trying to decide what side of the I want it to cut on. These in my pocket before I lose them. I think I'll have to measure them. Fortunately, my shed is just about full. And in this time of year, it might be a little hot to really work in. You can never have enough blue tape. Check that. That's pretty good. See what happens here. May have to stop and build up some kind of device for it. Gonna move it out to the edge a little bit. Well, I guess I have changed the battery. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to shut these off. Alright, I had little issues not only with the batteries, but with the viewfinder on the LCD on the other camera, so I'm going to try it again. Chattering a little bit. Thick iron. This guy. One of my buddies works in a gun shop down in Southern Virginia. He says he uses a hacksaw. Would have thought a gun shop would have had a bandsaw. Just about got it here. I'm just about halfway through. it should be going about through the bottom eighth about now. Hope the camera's not bouncing around too much. I kind of blocked up the little stand. I'll turn it here a little bit. Get through that bottom. Oh yeah. Not far. I'm just going to keep cutting on the same plane. I think it'll make for a cleaner cut. I'm going to shut this off until I finish cutting through it, and I'll turn it back on because the camera's just bouncing everywhere. Alright, there it is. It's got through. I had this really kind of reef on it, and I was worried the camera would fall, so I was really able to get through it pretty quick after that. We'll see how the footage came out. I want to download it. It looks fairly clean here. It's got some saw marks, but I think the sander will take care of that here in a second. I'm going to unclamp it. Here you can see through. You can see all the way through that barrel. By the way, this gun shot fairly decent for as cheap as it was. I shot a deer with it back then. It stayed in my friend's storage for a while. For maybe 15 or 16 years. I think it got a little, just a little warp standing on its end. It's probably hard to see. It's got some pretty awesome bit of rifling left. Shot a lot of ball through it. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And then I got to go to the hardware store and get a die, and I get something else because I'm going to re-crown that so it looks more like, see if I can get a good shot at it, something like this when it's done. I'm going to clean it up and go ahead and get the outside, and then the next step will be to crown it and get the holes drilled for the on the piece I'm keeping. This is the piece I'm not keeping. Getting those two holes drilled and getting some holes drilled for the top.